The Lost Hat. Once upon a time, a little boy named Joey went outside on a windy day. Joey loved his red baseball hat with a big white R on the front. It was his favorite hat, and he wore it everywhere he went. As he stepped out of his house, the wind blew strong, making the trees sway and the leaves rustle. Excited to play in the breeze, Joey ran around the park, feeling the wind in his hair and his hat snugly on his head. He laughed as the wind tickled his face and pushed against his body. But suddenly, a strong gust of wind came out of nowhere, and whoosh! Joey's hat flew off his head and soared into the sky. "Oh!" cried Joey, watching as his beloved hat drifted away. Determined not to lose it, Joey tried to catch it, but it was too late. The hat was already dancing in the air, out of his reach. Joey's heart sank as he saw his hat disappear into the distance. He stood there for a moment, unsure of what to do. Then, with a determined look on his face, Joey decided to find his hat. He knew he had to act fast before the wind carried it too far away. And so, with a deep breath, Joey set off on his adventure to search for his lost hat in the windy park. Joey looked all around the park, searching under benches, behind trees, and in bushes for his favorite red baseball hat. The wind continued to blow, making it hard for Joey to focus. He could feel his excitement turning into worry as he couldn't find his hat. With each passing moment, Joey felt a bit more helpless. He wondered where his hat had gone and if he would ever get it back. But he shook those thoughts away and told himself, "I must find my hat." As Joey continued his search, a glimmer of hope sparked in his heart when he saw a flash of red in the distance. Could it be his hat? With a burst of energy, Joey raced towards the spot where he glimpsed the red object. But as he got closer, he realized it wasn't his hat after all. It was just a red umbrella someone had left behind. Disappointed but not giving up, Joey kept looking, determined to find his lost hat. Suddenly, a gust of wind carried a familiar red object past Joey. It was his hat. Without hesitation, Joey started to chase after it. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him, ignoring the twigs and rocks in his way. The hat danced playfully in the wind, seemingly teasing Joey to catch it. With each step, Joey felt closer to his hat. He reached out his hand, fingers stretched as far as they could go, and finally, after a few more desperate strides, Joey managed to grab his hat just before it flew out of reach again. Breathing heavily but with a big grin on his face, Joey placed his favorite hat back on his head, feeling happy and relieved. His adventure to find his lost hat had come to a joyful end, and he headed back home, holding onto his hat tightly and grateful it was back where it belonged. Joey walked through the park, the wind now a gentle breeze around him. He felt relieved to have his red baseball hat back on his head, but a little tired from all the running and searching. As he made his way home, Joey couldn't help but think about how much he loved his hat. The sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the park. Birds chirped in the trees, and the sound of laughter echoed from a distant playground. Joey smiled, feeling content. On his way home, Joey passed by a group of children playing tag. They ran around the playground, their laughter filling the air. Joey thought about how fun it would be to join them, but he was happy just to have his hat back. As he approached his house, Joey saw his mom waiting for him on the porch. She smiled brightly when she saw Joey wearing his hat and asked, "Did you have a good time at the park?" "Joey?" Joey nodded, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "I lost my hat, "Mom, but I found it again." His mom chuckled and ruffled his hair. "I'm glad you found it. Your hat looks great on you." Feeling proud of himself, Joey opened the door and stepped inside his cozy home. He hung his hat on a hook by the door, knowing it would be safe and sound there. Joey was grateful for his adventure in the windy park and happy to be back home with his favorite hat. The next day, Joey woke up excited for another adventure. As he got ready to go outside, he made sure to secure his red baseball hat firmly on his head. Joey didn't want to risk losing it again. At the park, Joey played with his friends, laughing and having fun. The wind blew gently, but this time Joey's hat stayed put. He felt proud knowing he could keep his hat safe while enjoying his day. As the sun began to set, Joey gathered his things and headed home. He glanced back at the park, feeling grateful for all the good times he had, especially the day he found his lost hat. Joey smiled, looking forward to more days of fun and adventure wearing his favorite hat. As Joey reached home, he hung his red baseball hat on the hook by the door, just like he always did. He felt a sense of comfort seeing his hat in its place, knowing it was safe and ready for more adventures. Joey was grateful for the memories he made with his favorite hat and looked forward to many more happy days ahead. Wearing it proudly,